So what do we do if a song is played with minor chords in it? Well, we're going to use our majors to play our minors. This is what I do because sometimes playing on the black keys isn't quite as easy to directly go to. And so what I use is I'll use the major scale of those minor chords to figure out where I need to go and to create my own little roadmap when I want to write a song. So how to do that? Well, we already learned the G major scale, right? So the major scale, we're going to use G. We know there's 7 notes in that scale. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Right? If you went all the way up the strings, that's your G major scale of 6 strings, right? Well, that pattern is the major scale pattern no matter what key you play it in. So if we move that G major scale to A, it's the same pattern, just in the key of A major now. So now instead of G, A, B, we're at A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, and G sharp. That's the 7 notes of the A major scale. I just did the same set of notes as I did up here, but now I'm in A major. I moved that up to B. I'm going to do the same pattern. If I move up to D, I'm going to do the same pattern, but instead of D. Okay, so using that, now we can find our relative minor. And look, I'm not a music professor or anything. I just know how to work with my scales. And I know that when I'm playing a major scale, that when I get to the 6th note, the 6th interval of that scale, I have hit my relative minor. So in G major, if we count 6 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I've made it to the E note. So now I know that E is the relative minor of G major. If I move that up to A, I know that F sharp is the relative minor of the A major scale. If I move that all the way up to D, or if I do it down here, I know that B minor, B is the relative minor to D major. Okay, so that's how I usually do it. If I don't know how to just straight up start writing stuff out of the B minor scale, then I know I can just go back to my major scale and use those notes and just emphasize the B notes. If I emphasize the B notes in that D major scale, then I'm going to get that B minor sound. So if you say, well, if I just started off with a B minor, or if I start off with a minor note, how do I find out what it's major? Well, the way I do it is I work backwards. If I get a note like an A, and I know the song is playing an A minor, if I want to find that major, I just work it backwards. And I go 6 diatonic notes backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I know that C is my relative major to my A minor. And if I did that with B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I know that D major is my relative major to my B. So if I don't have any licks or I don't really know how to compose or freestyle in B minor, I know that I can use the notes out of my D major scale to kind of save me and getting me playing those correct voiced over minor sounding. So I got a little backing track. Let's do this one. This is a B minor rock backing track. So it's just got some B minor stuff in it, B minor style chords. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to structure everything around the D major scale by going I'm going to use all the notes that I know are in the D major scale, but I'm going to emphasize the voice of B minor. So let's try this out. C. So what I did is I emphasized the B notes. It emphasizes the notes that kind of carried me to that B minor, even though I didn't always have to hit that note. D major scale played over a B minor sound. You can play the D major scale and just emphasize your B major notes, and you get a B minor sound, right? So that's the same way, even when you're playing in G. If you get a G sound, but the song, like we did on the last video, if the song's played in E minor, you know that, hey, I'm gonna kind of revolve everything around that 6th note of the scale because that's my relative minor. So it's a good way to practice.